Hey everybody, welcome to Melted Mayhem. I'm Chef Mayhem. We are doing our Easter extravaganza today. We are going to be making Polish donuts, Paczki. It is close to home. I'm Polish. I love having these around Easter. It's a really simple recipe, but it's so good. They've been making these things for like 100 years. It's amazing. So we're going to get onto that. We will be meeting up with some people in Ottawa to discuss a short film at the end, and we're going to have a musical guest as well. So let's get the show started.
Melted mayhem. What will we create? One chaotic day. Melted mayhem. It'll turn out great. Chop and smoke, refrigerate. Melted mayhem.
Alrighty, so for the recipe, here's our ingredients that we're going to use. We have our flour, we have some granulated sugar, have milk, we have some melted butter, we have some rum, we have some quick rise yeast, and we have 4 egg yolks. So we start with our flour, put that in there. We then add our sugar. We're going to throw our yeast in. And this is like a quick active kind of fresh yeast. It's not the dry active stuff. It's what's it called? Instant yeast. So you can mix it all together. You don't have to do the first proofing stage, which people normally do with like the warm milk. We're still warming the milk, but we're kind of skipping that stage. So we're going to add our milk in here. We warm that up to about 120 to 130 degrees. We add our melted butter. We add some rum. And then we add our 4 egg yolks. Alrighty, we got it on our mixer. We're throwing the dough hook on. It doesn't like beat up the dough too much. It'll keep it nice and soft as long as we don't over mix it. We're gonna go for about 5 minutes on a medium-high setting. But first, we lift it up. So now that most of the flour is incorporated and it's not gonna explode in our face, we'll turn it up. Probably looking around a 6, maybe a 7. We're gonna let that go for about 5 minutes. All right, so that's been about 5 minutes now. We're going to lower it down, take all this off. Now, everybody's mixers are different. If you're mixing it by hand, the time's gonna really adjust. It's gonna maybe 5 to 7 minutes. You're looking for a nice, smooth, elasticy, really sticky dough. We're gonna scrape it down with our bowl scraper. We're just gonna try to get everything into a nice little ball. Not too bad. Now, you're going to need a little bit of extra flour for this recipe just for when you're kneading the dough and when you're rolling it out after. So I'm just going to give it a little sprinkle right now just to help it not stick as much. Not enough to really dry the dough out, but just to free it from the sides of the bowl. It's like, don't be afraid to get messy. It's dough. Perfect. Now we're going to let that rest in either in a nice warm spot with a towel on it, if you have a proofing setting on your oven, for about 10 minutes. All right, so that's been in the oven on a proof setting for about 10 minutes now, and it hasn't changed a whole lot, but that was kind of like the resting phase. So we're just going to knead it, kind of punch it down a little bit, work that dough. Again, a little bit more flour. Pretty good. And that's going to go in and do a big proof, I guess you'll say, for about 45 minutes. Then it's time to roll it out. Towel back on, back in the oven. Alrighty, that's been about 45 minutes. And as you can see, that dough, oh, that's so nice. The dough has risen and the bowl has shrunk. We switched bowls just because we needed the other bowl. That is so light and fluffy. That is ready to roll out. Let's look at that. All right, let's dust our surface. So you take a little bit more flour, put it in your hand. You try not to coat your whole kitchen, your whole floor, but you just, little wrist action. You just flick that on there. You try not to get the cameraman, you know, you just, then you get your bench scraper. And you scrape out that dough. All right, time to roll it out. Just gonna work with my hands first so we don't get too rough with it. Work at some of the air pockets. You're looking for about 1 inch thick, but again, you can make yours a little thinner. If you make them a little thicker, they're gonna cook longer. Just gotta keep an eye on that. All these air pockets, oh, it's gonna be so nice and fluffy. As you can see, the gluten in the dough, it wants to stretch back together. Also, fun facts about these things is that in Poland, they used to make them on, I think it's called like Fat Thursday. It's for right around Lent. And they want to use up all the sugar and all the fat before Lent, before they want to give up everything. And want to get it out of the house. This was another thing that, you know, class was a big thing back in the day between the rich, the poor, and everybody ate these. It didn't matter how rich you were, how poor you were, everybody got these things. So it was a cool thing that brought everyone together. It's looking pretty good. I'm just gonna roll a little bit more. It's gonna spring back. Now we're gonna grab our cutter and we're gonna cut a couple of these bad boys out. Just like that. Traditional Paczki doesn't have a hole in the middle because again they're filled, they're like a jelly filled, custard filled donut. But again, you guys can make them however you want. But if you're making them like this, this is the traditional way. And yes, I'm using an egg thing for my cutter today. It's the perfect size. They were always the size of hockey pucks, and that is pretty damn good. Awesome. Now that we got them cut out, we have our deep fryer preheated to 350 degrees Fahrenheit. We're just gonna gently put them in so we don't get burned. They float, well, pretty much instantly, except for that one. Try not to overload your deep fryer either. It's going to lower the temp as you go. You know, just move them around a little bit. This is a spider. It's just a handy slotted strainer that we use for fryers. You can use little wooden chopsticks if you want. But what we're aiming for here is about 2 to 3 minutes aside until they're nice and golden and all puffy. Flip a couple of these guys over if they want to. There we go. So much easier with chopsticks, but we use what we have. All right, another 2 or 3 minutes and we're finished with the frying. All right, guys, these things are looking gorgeous. We are going to take them out, put them on our cooling rack, just to get any little bit of oil off of them. We don't need soggy donuts. But again, that rum that we add in there, that doesn't really stop, but it limits how much oil they'll actually take on, how much grease the donuts will hold. It's one of those cool little things about baking and frying. Yeah. All right, once those are cool, we're gonna get on to filling them. All right, now that we got another batch cooking right now, we're gonna get our jam filling prepared for it. Now, you guys can use any filling you guys want. Traditional is really like plum jams, vanilla custards, lemon curd. We're using a seedless strawberry jam. You can make your own if you want, or you can go, buy one from the grocery store. Super simple, what we did. Traditionally, back in the day, they were always done in lard. That's the way they were cooked, and they were filled with pork fat. They were really savory, little confectionery. And then the Arabic influence came in, and then they started becoming sweet after that. So it's just really cool to see how things change. And I would never picture these things as being savory, but hey, that's how they were once. All right, so now that these guys have had a chance to cool a little bit, we're ready to fill them. So we have a piping bag, just a little decorating bag. We put on an eclair tip. We use it to fill donuts, eclairs, cream puffs, all that kind of stuff. So we're gonna put our jam in here. If it wants to open. Oh my God, it's so messy, but it's so good. Perfect. So let me get that in there. We'll take one of our donuts, get the jam right to the end. There we go. Stick it in there, and you squeeze until it comes back out at you pretty much. This guy can hold a lot. There we go. So we'll put him down, finish it off with a little icing sugar. Or a lot of icing sugar, depends how you like it. Now, before we cut it, that is a gorgeous looking donut. And that right there is the finished product. I hope you guys really get a chance to make these at home and enjoy it as much as I'm about to. All right, guys, this concludes our food portion of the episode. Thanks for sticking with us for it all. I hope you guys try this, make it at home. It is awesome, super delicious, really simple. Everyone would love it. Make sure you check out our recipes in the Seeker. We're going to be doing everything monthly. New recipe every month is going to be in there. This one will be in there eventually. We got a whole line of stuff that's going in there. But now we are going to be checking in with our people in Ottawa, Jake Adamson and Jesse Edwards, about their short film.
The place where we meet is a touching story about Angie and a young girl she meets named Rebecca. And the story just evolves around their relationship, and we kind of see their struggles and how it helps them form a bond and a friendship. And it kind of both changes their lives.
Okay, so a lot of the production has faced one problem after another. It's been an uphill climb from the start. We've had several rewrites. The weather has fought against us relentlessly, but we've met each and every challenge in stride. Go team! And we've just finished filming the last few scenes, so hopefully come this fall we'll start releasing in film festivals.
Wow, guys, that sounds awesome. Keep me updated, and as soon as it's done, I want to check that out. Now our music portion, we're going to check in with Sarah Ray, our musical guest.
Thanks, Chef Mayhem. So the song you guys are about to watch is called Rescue Me by James Hardman, featuring Sarah Ray, and mixed and mastered by the very talented Josh Hart. So hope you guys enjoy. This is a really fun, exciting Spanish twist on an 80s pop song, and we had a lot of fun filming this video for you guys. In my spare time, normally I can be found making scrunchies and selling them at Sarah Ray Boutique. I had a lot of fun diving back into music this weekend with James. Hope you guys enjoy.
That sounds so cool. I also heard that Jeremy Sybansky, the guy who helped me update my Melted Mayhem logo a little bit, I heard he did the cover artwork for it. That's awesome. Check him out below, guys. He's a great graphic designer. Here's the song, Rescue Me by James Hardman and Sarah Ray.
drown in the ocean, get me to the shore. Can't believe you let me just die here, leave me in the war. Rescue me, I drown in the ocean, get me to the shore. Can't believe you let me just die here, leave me in the war. I look for you, you hide from me. Behind those eyes of fantasy, we march in line, our hearts they beat. A lonely girl from down the street. The sun shines down, a brand new day. The people sing, more than okay. Follow the heart into the soul. See where it goes, that's what you stole. Why did you leave me alone? I love you with all my heart. Now come on, baby, at least imagine it. Why didn't you pick up the phone? I love you with all my heart. Now come on, baby, please. Rescue me, I drown in the ocean. Get me to the shore. Can't believe you let me just die here, leave me in the war. Rescue me, I drown in the ocean. Get me to the shore. Can't believe you let me just die here, leave me in the war. Let's dance tonight in the discotheque. The music plays, stereo deck. My head it pounds, a rhythmic song. Your hips they sway, love feels so strong. It's then I know